Muchachos, happy new year and welcome to the first video of 2026. We are already stepping into the new year with crazy transfers and exciting deals. I genuinely think that this is Inter Miami's best transfer window ever. We already have 5 confirmed signings as I'm recording this, 3 free transfers, 1 loan deal, and 1 cash deal. We're going to go over all of them in this video. It's going to be very short, very brief, so you're not going to be sitting here falling asleep while I'm talking. But if you're an Inter Miami fan, if you're old, if you're a new fan, you should be very, very excited for the 2026 season. We're playing in the new stadium. We're having all of these players coming in. We have a bunch of players returning as well. Every single signing that we have made so far fits a real need for this club, and let's break it all down as quickly and as best for you guys as possible. So these first couple of signings I've already talked about in previous videos. You should check out the channel if you want more information on these guys. But basically, the first signing that we've made, for this new upcoming season is Sergio Reguilón. Sergio Reguilón, we signed him through the 27 season and with the option to extend for 2028. He will occupy an international roster slot, and we got him completely for free. An amazing deal, a man with European experience. He's played at Real Madrid, he's played at Manchester United, he's played for Spurs, he's won the Europa League with Spurs. So this guy brings a lot of quality and experience to this club. A big and great replacement for Jordi Alba. Obviously, nobody can directly replace Jordi Alba, but this would be somebody that can really, really match the caliber of, in terms of play style, in terms of experience, in terms of just being a big player for this league and for this team. The next one is signing of the goalkeeper Dayne Clair, also a free signing. He was the 2025 goalkeeper of the year. As you can see here, we got him completely for free. He did not want to re-sign for Minnesota. We signed him for 1 year only. We only signed him for the 2026 season, so basically until the conclusion of this year, and then we have the option to extend for the 2027 sprint season. So we only have him for a year. I guess Inter Miami just want to see how it goes in terms of how he does, specifically how he fits in with the team, and if I guess he can live up to that standard of being goalkeeper of the year, which I think he should, and I think he's going to be coming into Miami's team being their #1 goalkeeper, and I just hope it can work out for him, for us in the long term. But we already talked about videos for both of these guys. The next one is Facundo Mura. Facundo Mura signed for Inter Miami, also completely for free. He was a free agent coming from Racing Club, my club from Argentina. And this is the only long-term deal that we've signed, or that Inter Miami have signed. Facundo Mura has signed through the 2029 season. So that is 3 years with the club. Absolutely insane. We're still waiting on his visa, which it says here in the article, but that should be coming in pretty soon, so there's nothing really to worry about. But Facundo Mura is basically, for those of you who don't know, I don't think I did a video on this guy. Facundo Mura, 26-year-old. He is a right back. He primarily plays right back, so he's going to be bringing in a lot of depth to that position where Chelo Wengant was, where Ian Frey is hopefully going to still be. So we're going to have a really, really high-quality right back for this coming season. Ian Frey didn't play as many games as he probably could have in the last season. Obviously, Chelo Wengant had that role favored to him for the most part, but I think now with Facundo Mura coming in, he's going to be coming in as a starter. He's going to be playing as a starter. Ian Frey is probably going to get those rotational minutes, and if not, we're probably going to see Frey playing maybe in a different position. We're going to talk about the depth a little bit as well as we go on, but huge signing again from Inter Miami. 2 more signings still to go, and that one of them being a center back. Everybody's been complaining about the defenders and how we needed to sign center backs and defenders in general. We've already signed 2, a left back and a right back, both for free, and now we are bringing in another defender on a loan. It is Micael, Brazilian defender Micael Dos Santos from Palmeiras in the Brazilian league. Really, really good signing to bring somebody from the Brazilian league, from a team like Palmeiras, to Inter Miami. This guy is going to be a beast at the center back spot. He is only 25 years old. He is a left-footed defender, so he's probably going to be playing left center back when he does join in. This is creating competition for Noah Allen. Noah Allen has been taking that left center back spot. He's been owning that left center back spot, playing as like a wide center back at times when Jordi Alba would go up. Noah Allen would be taking in the space behind Jordi. And now that Micael is going to be coming in, what does that say for Noah Allen? Is he going to be the backup to Reguilón? Are we going to be bringing another left back? Probably not. In my personal opinion, I think Noah Allen is going to be, obviously he's going to be fighting for a spot at left center back, but I think at the end of the day, it would be better for him to be playing at that left back spot, playing Micael on the left, maybe in Maxi Falcon on the right, and then we'll have Facundo Mura at the right back spot. So it'd be Reguilón, Micael, Maxi Falcon, and Facundo Mura. If all works out, if they all play well together and they have good performances. If not, then we're just going to be seeing a lot of dogfighting between Noah Allen and Micael. So this is a very exciting deal. What I really like about this deal is the fact that I think probably the safest thing to say about this deal in terms of just like a financial, like a business perspective, is that this is a very low risk move. Obviously, because it's a loan, we only signed him for 1 year. So if it doesn't work out, then he'll go back to Palmeiras, and like it's like nothing ever happened. We have no obligation to purchase this player. We have no obligation to keep this player. So it's very low risk, high reward kind of deal. On top of that, he's also, like I said, left-footed, which is very, very important because you don't really find a lot of good left-footed center backs, which is really, really good for systems like ours. I would much rather prefer a left-footed player as a left center back than a right-footed player. Same thing with the left back position. I would much rather prefer a left-footed player as a left back. So I really, really like that about him. That's something small, or at least a detail for me that I really personally like. I also really like that I found out that Micael actually has MLS experience. He played for the Houston Dynamo. He has 57 MLS games under his belt with about 4,700 minutes, so almost 4,800 minutes playing in MLS. So he does have experience playing in MLS. Him playing in Brazil also gives him a huge plus. He's 25 years old, so he's got, I don't want to say he's in his prime, but he's not a young player that needs developing. He's not a young player that we're kind of unsure of. Normally, when you get to the age about 25, 26, 27, approaching your prime, you already know what kind of player. You're already kind of an established player, in basically meaning you're not really unfamiliar with the game. You already played at the highest levels in your regions, in your countries, and you're not really coming in to be like, oh, is this guy gonna be good? Is this guy gonna be bad? The only thing we're gonna be really seeing is if he fits into our system, into Mascherano's system, and that's really the only thing we're gonna be really looking for. So I really like this deal. Tall center back is gonna be really good. Everybody's been complaining about that, and yeah, we signed a center back on loan. This is a great deal, and I'm really, really excited for Micael and to see what he can do for the Herons. And last but not least, the last signing that Inter Miami has made today, literally an hour after I'm recording this, is the cash signing of David Ayala. David Ayala, as you would say as an Argentinian. Ayala is coming from the Portland Timbers. We bought him for $2 million. The only cash deal out of the 5 transfers that we brought in this summer. He's going to be occupying a U22 initiative spot. He is 23 years old, so the way the contract works is, to be a little bit technical with you guys, if you sign somebody to be a U22 initiative player, you can have him as a U22 initiative player until I believe he turns 24, 25. I believe Ayala is 23 right now, so we're going to be signing him for 1 season. I think his contract is going to expire after 1 season, and then if we want, we're going to negotiate with his contract and get him, I guess, like a senior team contract or however it works. But yeah, for this year, he's going to be a U22 initiative player. And I believe after this year, he's going to be just like a regular senior team player and get a regular contract. And so we're going to negotiate with that. But what's great about Ayala is that he is a center defensive mid. Basically, like everybody knows, Sergio Busquets retired at the end of this season, or at the end of this past season in 2025. So we're down a huge quality, iconic, legendary center defensive mid. We are down one, and it obviously and honestly it is impossible to replace. You cannot replace Sergio Busquets. But David Ayala is, I don't want to say he's the next Busquets, right? I'm not saying that at all, but he shows a lot of quality in his game that could be really, really useful for Inter Miami. Like I said, nobody can replace Busquets. That is impossible. It is never going to happen. But Ayala can give Miami the options in that position, the depth, the energy, the long-term upside, and he's a quality player. Just some of the stats that he played last season in 2025 with the Portland Timbers. He played 33 games, played 56 out of 88 attempts for tackles won, and that is the second highest in the league. He's one of the top tacklers literally in the MLS. He has 43 dribblers tackled, which is fourth highest in the league last year. 48 interceptions, seventh highest in the league last year. Passes into the final third were 201, eighth highest in the league. This guy is a top 10 player essentially in his position last year. Progressive passing accuracy is pretty much 80%. And this guy can play in the double pivot with Rodrigo de Paul, maybe with Velasco Segovia if he does stay, which I think he will for depth purposes. He could play as a deep line playmaker. He could play as that box-to-box kind of player, and it's just going to be very, very, very useful. He probably will sit a little bit further back if Rodrigo de Paul takes more of that offensive approach, which he normally tends to do. But having David Ayala with Yannick Bright, with Rodrigo de Paul in that midfield, and then potentially Velasco Segovia, but mainly RDP and Yannick Bright, it's going to be absolutely insane for that midfield. I'm looking I was very hesitant with the midfield after Sergio Busquets retired, but I think now with Ayala, Rodrigo de Paul, Yannick Bright, Velasco Segovia, and potentially others that could be joining, I feel very, very safe with this midfield, and I feel very, very safe with the defense as well. I mean, Inter Miami are not really done. There's still a lot left to go. We were in talks with Tristan Blackman, the reigning MLS Defender of the Year. It has been reported by Tom Bogart that we have submitted a $3 million bid, but I don't think the deal actually is going to be going through. I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult for Vancouver to be letting go of the best defender of, in the league last year for just $3 million. I think they're going to want to keep it. So for me personally, I don't think Tristan Black is going to be coming to Inter Miami, but that would have been insane. But the point is that Inter Miami, the board, are continuing to show their ambition, their dedication, their hunger, their desire to win, to continue to win more trophies this year. Obviously, we won MLS Cup last year. We're going to be aiming for that CONCACAF Champions Cup trophy. We're going to be aiming for that. We're going to be aiming for the Leagues Cup. We're going to be aiming for another MLS Cup and another Eastern Conference Champion Cup. We're also still in negotiations with Tadeo Allende from Celta Vigo. It is said that he wants to be at Inter Miami after his loan expired, because obviously Celta Vigo owns the player. There have been talks that River Plate are also interested, but supposedly Tadeo Allende says that he wants Miami. He wants to be in Miami. He wants to stay with the Herons and continue on what just a good end to 2025. And hopefully he can come back in 2026 and kind of, I don't want to say replicate exactly, but hopefully he can kind of step up his level a little bit, because if he does come back, he's not coming back as a designated player. So which is huge. So cap space wise, it's going to be good. Financially, this is going to be a great deal if it does happen. And I'm just really hoping that he can continue to bring quality performances for the Herons and not really have a similar 2025. He was out of form for a large part of the season, and then it wasn't until the playoffs where it mattered the most that he picked it up. So I'm not totally convinced on Tadeo Allende, but I do have the hope and the faith that he will continue to get better. He will continue to get more consistent in his game, and I think he still will be a great player for Inter Miami. And him and having Suarez again back for 2026, I think is absolutely huge. There's just so much going on with Miami. Also, rumors to bring back Baltasar Rodriguez. Not too much information on that, but Inter Miami are keen to bring him back. He did have a very impressive 2025 with the limited amount of games that he did play, and then he did become more of he was getting more consistent minutes later on in the season. They see him as a very promising player, and they want to bring him back. So hopefully they do. I would love to have Baltasar Rodriguez for another year, and even on a permanent deal, But anyways, guys, that's going to be all the news for today. A little bit longer of a video than normal, but there was just a lot to go over for the last 2 weeks that we had to cram into this one video. I will be going live pretty soon as well. Just been very, very busy with work, but I promise I'm going to be going live soon. So make sure you turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Make sure you like this video if you have enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, Miami.